So I made the mistake of listening to a bunch of YouTube videos this morning when I got up late. Been a bit, kind of dragging my feet today, kind of taking the day off. I got a long day tomorrow, so I need at least one day to chill this week. So I'm watching these videos, and there are other influencers or other content creators mocking, corporate media and mocking a lot of leftist people and their irony and hypocrisy in the way they speak. And I mean, you got like, what was the one video? Was like that woman that was on SNL, a tall black woman. She's funny. She's like physical comedy and like very obnoxious, and it works. It's a funny thing she does. She wasn't good at Beetlejuice, or not Beetlejuice, Ghostbusters, but it is what it is. But she was funny on SNL. But anyway, so she's making this video all upset because Trump won, and she's saying how white people are so racist and they don't realize how racist they are because of their privilege, and they're racist because they're white. And like, no matter how many times I hear this, no matter how many times I listen to this, does nobody get the irony? Like, is it only us cis white males that have common sense and logic who go, you're making a disparaging comment about an entire demographic based on their skin color exclusively? That is literally the definition of racism. Like, it's that if you look it up, not your leftist definition where you make up new words. Like, I watched that one episode where the lady said a C-section is abortion. Like, that's literally what she said. It's like you're going to college. Like, you open books and you pay money to be educated, and you're that dumb. I had a conversation with a friend of mine recently who has two people. She was talking about how they're both college, and one's going to be a nurse practitioner and and something else. And I was listening to their views, and I said, so they're educated idiots. And they didn't understand that. And I'm like, you can get all the degrees in the world and still be a moron. You can still lack critical thinking skills or not be able to overcome your biases, or, that's very possible. You could understand quantum mechanics as well as any human being alive and still be a moron and have ridiculous views. So in these guys are showing these videos, and they show I love it. I got to do one. I just haven't done one. They show the demise from when the election night started, and everybody was, Trump's this, Trump's that, and then how it got to the end, and how they all kind of like degrade down to just making comments and insults because they're so mad they lost. And but they're not supposed to be biased at all. They're just giving neutral perspectives on things. And then they talk about things like the echo chamber, like the one PBS one was talking about the echo chamber of the right, and how Fox News gets better views than anybody else, and how they're living in an echo chamber, and it's all disinformation and misinformation. How it has a panel of 8 people. You have 8 people on your panel to talk about the election, and only one of them is considered a right-leaning or Republican, and all he did was bash Trump the entire time. So I'm not really sure how he was the right-leaning guy. He got a little more emboldened near the end because Trump won, but in the beginning it was all like, oh, he did this wrong, he did that wrong. And no matter how many misinformation or disinformation statements they make, they're oblivious to it. They don't care how oblivious they are to it. To listen to millionaire black people on TV say how they're so oppressed, and you got like people looking at them going like, come again? What? And say, well, they're speaking on behalf of the entire group. Okay, then say that. Say, oh, well, I wasn't oppressed, but the rest of you were. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, well, we can have that debate. I'll go a different direction with it, but whatever. But I'm watching all these videos. This is the point of this. I'm not going to get too much into the weeds. Okay, so person after person after person lines up and says the reason Kamala Harris won was sexism and racism and bigotry in America. And again, we're going to have an honest conversation about racism. Like, oh my God. It's like they give them all scripts and they just keep rehashing the same scripts. So let's have an honest conversation about racism. I need somebody out there who has that agenda, who either has the melanin in their skin, or is an LGB, ABCDEFG plus minus person, or is just a leftist sissy boy shill and your wife wears the pants out. One of you leftist wackadoos wokes, I want you to square this circle. If you are a white male and you voted for Trump, and you say, well, I voted for Trump because of politics, or because of I want a closed border, or I want this. Nope, that's not true, because you voted for Trump because you're a sexist and a racist, because you're a white male. That's why you did it. And if you're a white woman, you did it because you're stupid. You're a stupid racist. That's what they say, because he's taking away your rights and everything else, even though Kamala or Trump have nothing to do with what's going on with abortion in this country right now. But that takes intelligence and logic and telling the truth. And let me just, without going off topic too much, those people that say those things to you, that like Trump is taking away your rights and all this stuff, they know they're lying to you, just to be clear. You'll figure it out someday. Once you figure out how the government works and what role the president plays in making laws, you'll figure it out someday that Kamala wasn't going to do anything for you different than Trump. Nothing. She was selling you a lie. The people that were supporting that lie knew it. They're educated. They know how it works. Their opinions may be BS, but they're educated. So that makes you racist and sexist. But if you are a black woman or a black man and you voted for Kamala because she's a black woman and not Trump because he's a white man, you are not sexist and racist? I need someone to explain that to me. I need someone to tell me why 90% of black people voted for black women voted for Kamala because she was a black woman, and 57% of white people voted for Trump, but they're the racist and those black women are not, and they're not sexist. I need someone on the left to break that down for me, how that makes any sense. I would love to hear the mental gymnastics you would have to do to make that make sense when the Joy Bears and the Sonny Hostins and all those racist scumbags that go on TV and make a living telling lies to people all day. You really think they care about the black community? It's 2024. You haven't figured it out yet? You haven't wised up to what's going on? You don't understand that they intentionally need you to fail so that they have a position, so that they can lock in your vote, because as long as you suffer, they will be okay? Like, you really can't see that? Sorry, I don't know if that stopped or not, but the recording got someone called through. So anyway, that's all I got. I need someone to explain that to me. And I'm being dead serious. I need someone who believes that woke agenda crap and all that racist bullshit that they feed black people and feed gay people. They're coming after your rights, all this nonsense. And I need them to explain to me how if you are a white male and you voted for Trump, that makes you sexist, racist, and bigoted. But if you are a black female and you voted for Kamala, you are none of those things. Yet the people that voted for Trump openly say, I didn't vote for him because he's a white male. I voted for him because the country was in a better position when he was in power. Or I voted for him because he didn't start any new wars that Kamala and the neocons keep wanting to feed and start World War III. I don't want my children to die. Maybe you have a child in the military. You don't want them to go off to die. Or I voted for him because I thought, you know what? I want a closed border. I don't like it that there's 1 million immigrants a month coming through and so forth, ridiculous numbers. I don't like that. Nope, that's not the reason. But a black woman saying, I'm voting for Kamala because she's a black woman, that's not sexist or racist. How the hell does your brain work that that's your logic? And you can honestly look me in the face and say, yeah, that's how it works. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I just had to get that out because I was watching a video and I was listening to person after person tell lies and I didn't get it.